Entity ID 18. Threat level green. Storage details. Entity 18 is contained in a standard containment unit in the area of Research Area 11. There's no special containment procedures for 18 as it's extremely simple and one of the safest anomalies on site. Entity 18 can be accessed by members of the Innovation Department ranked Novice Plus. Does Entity 18 reverse the effects of Entity 14? Innovator, Dr. Byte. Test subjects 1. Test event. After the EA, we enter Entity 14 outer to chamber. The test subject then picked up Entity 14 and we proceed to Entity 18's chamber where the test subject dropped out Entity 14 in the chamber. Test subject picked it up and we wait for a bit for Entity 14 to begin affecting the test subject. The test subject then turned on as Entity 18, where he reported that any vision and noise effects he had received from Entity 14 had faded. Test subject's gun then reportedly jammed and could not terminate the test subject. The test subject was returned to the test subject zone. Conclusion. Entity 18 can keep the person who is wearing Entity 14 longer alive, but will die eventually. Does Entity 18 reverse the effects of Entity 4's output darkness? Innovator, Dr. Aiden. Test subject 1. Test event. After arriving the entity area, we took the test subject to Entity 4. He was instructed to order darkness from Entity 4. After ordering it, the test subject picked it up and did not drink it. We then brought him over Entity 18, which was left on by previous handlers. He was instructed to enter, consume the drink, darkness, and stare at Entity 18 after around 5 or 10 minutes of asking the test subject if he saw any new effects. The test subject responded with no difference. Conclusion. Entity 18 does not have the ability to reverse all negative side effects from Entity 14. How does Entity 6 react to Entity 18's light? Innovator, Dr. Nub. Test subjects 1. Test events. I escorted a test subject into Entity 18's chamber and told him to stay in the light. Then test subject breached Entity 6 and brought him inside of Entity 18's chamber. Entity 6 continued to chase the test subject despite it being afraid of bright areas. With a small minimum difference in speed, the test subject survived the encounter and was extorted back to the test subject zone. Conclusion. Entity 6 has no known effects from Entity 18.